and this is my second place junior individual performance entitled Les Chambons sur Lyon, secretly taking a stand to save lives through a quiet conspiracy of goodness. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost didn't see you there. What can I help you with today? So you say you need something on taking a stand in history. I might have just the thing for you. Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel once said that the opposite of love is not hate, but indifference. And indifference is what gives evil its power. But the citizens of Les Chambons, led by their pastor, André Trocmé, refused to be indifferent and took a stand to save lives. Along the way, they inspired an unlikely conspiracy of goodness. Not only are they credited with saving 5,000 lives, but one of the lives they saved went on to preserve history and ensure that we as Americans never forget. Now, this book I'm about to give you will give you some background information on the village. And it starts off with a little girl on a train, but keep reading. It gets pretty good. The year is 1938, and I'm scared out of my mind for what is to come. My name's Elizabeth Kaufman, and in 1938, my family and I left Austria because those of us in the Jewish faith were being persecuted. We moved here to France in 1940, but lately we've noticed that the same thing's been happening here. My brother and father were both just placed in an internment camp, and my mother does not want that same fate for me. So she's placed me on this train here today, a train to Chambon. I don't know how these people will keep me safe, but I pray they will. I see you all on your way to Les Chambons too. I guess we'll see when we get there. Ah! Welcome, Elizabeth. Welcome to Les Chambons. My name's Maggie Trockley. Here, let me get your bag. Now, since you'll be spending the most time with my children, Nellie and Pierre, maybe you should go meet with them. They're upstairs. Elizabeth was not the first person we helped, nor would she be the last. From 1942 to 1945, my small mountain town of around 3,000 helped save around 5,000 lives. Although my husband, Andre, and I led the fight, and I say that in jest because we're pacifists, we don't believe in violence, we could not have taken this stand alone. It was a quiet conspiracy of goodness that happened here. And we really couldn't speak of what we were doing. So on Sundays, when we had a good idea of how many people might just be coming to our village, Andre would get in front of the congregation and say, "Brothers and sisters, we have 3 Old Testaments coming this Tuesday. Could anyone use an Old Testament?" Ha! Madame Lebrat, I'm sure that you'll do just fine in your farmhouse. Now, what Madame Lebrat knew was that these Old Testaments were actually the refugees we were trying to find homes for. And what she also knew were the dangers, because we started finding thieves strung up around our village. Attention, attention! Anyone found helping those of the Jewish faith risks forced labor, internment camps, or even death. But that did not stop us. And as refugees began arriving at all hours of the day and night, so did the Vichy police. Now, the Vichy regime had just taken power, and they were quite sympathetic towards Nazi ideals. In fact, they encouraged cooperation between us. Over the war years, there were over 2,000 raids on my village by the Vichy police, but none of them produced anything. How is this, you might ask? Well, that's where this quiet conspiracy of goodness comes in. Every night before a raid, we'd always get an anonymous phone call. I'd pick it up and it would always say the same 3 words. Attention, attention tomorrow, or attention, attention tomorrow, which meant that the raid was coming tomorrow. With that, we were able to get our Jewish refugees into the forest and into safety. Other times, it seemed like the Vichy police themselves had joined in our conspiracy. They'd sit down in cafes all around our village and say things like, "Today we'll be raiding Madame Lebrat's farmhouse at 3 o'clock. Yes, Madame Lebrat's farmhouse today at 3 o'clock. Isn't that right, Jean-Pierre?" Which gave us just enough time to go tell Mrs. Lebrat what they were planning. She too was able to get her refugees out to the forest. After the raids were complete, no one was found and everyone was safe. Those of us harboring refugees would go out to the forest and sing our signal song. Fa, do, windy, ah, ah, ah. Which meant that it was safe to come back in. Perhaps the most amazing part of this entire conspiracy were the 170 Axis soldiers who became our allies. 170 German soldiers had taken over the hotel in Les Chambon, which just happened to be across from our largest Jewish children's home. Now they could see the Jewish children laughing, learning, and playing, and they never said anything. Andre and I knew something wasn't quite right, and this was later confirmed by Major Julius Schmaling, who was the German commander over our region during the war years. At a later conference in Munich, he said, "Of course we knew what was going on in Les Chambon, but when I saw the goodness that was happening there, I knew it was too great to be stopped by any Nazis." But there were bad times as well. Times when the stand we took its toll on all of us. I remember getting dinner ready one night when there was a loud knock at my door. I opened it. It was the Vichy police, and they had come to arrest my Andre. They asked him persistent questions on Jews, and he calmly replied, "I do not know Jews. I only know human beings." This angered them further, and they took him and 2 others away to prison. Luckily, they were freed after only 1 month. Then there was the raid at the House of Rocks. Daniel Trockney, who was Andre's cousin, had come to nurture 18 young Jewish boys at the House of Rock. One day, there was a raid by the Gestapo, and no one warned us. Daniel Trockney and those 18 young Jewish boys were all killed at the hands of the Germans. People ask us all the time, "Why did you take this stand?" And I respond, it was simple. It was the most natural thing in the world for any of us. It never occurred to any of us to say no. And the question itself was simple. Do you believe we're all brothers and sisters or not? Do you believe it was unjust for us to turn into Jews or not? Then let us try to help. And there will be a decision in your life. A decision that you have to make on your own accord. About what's in your heart, not about what others want you to do. Major Julius Schmaling and those 107 German soldiers took a stand by turning their heads and not seeing what was directly in front of them. Those Vichy policemen took a stand by informing us. Whoever was on that phone took a stand by alerting us. Madame Legrat and those like her in our congregation took a stand by opening their hearts and opening their homes to those who needed help. And Andre and I took the stand so that less innocent blood be shed on our land. So you enjoyed the book, yes? It was quite interesting, was it not? How the entire town helped and some of the Axis soldiers did too? It was truly something. Oh, you have a question? Whatever happened to that young girl, Elizabeth? I actually do have something on that. I apologize, I didn't realize that this was turned over. I am Elizabeth Kaufman Koenig, and without the goodness of the people in Les Chambon, I would not be here today. I'm a living testament to the stand they took. After I was funneled through Les Chambon into Switzerland like so many others, I found my mother, brother, and father, and we made our way to America. Here I became the founding librarian at the United States Holocaust Memorial Museum Library. I get to educate others on the atrocities of the Holocaust so they may never forget. But also, let us never forget that town of Les Chambon and how they took a stand to save lives through a quiet conspiracy of goodness. Never forget. Thank you.